What's up, you guys? Long time no see. We are back with episode 3, and today we are featuring visual artist Jewels. Yay! I'm your host Sol, and we're gonna, get into some lovely wine as usual. I'm really excited. So without further ado, let's get right into it. I'm really excited to have you because you're our first woman that we're featuring. Yes. There we go. So I wanted to ask you, what kind of got you into painting and the visual arts, and how was that journey? I guess beginning.
Okay, so as a kid, I always like to draw, to paint. My parents, they would get my siblings and I just big stacks of construction paper, crayons, stuff like that, and I'd just be drawing all day. So it's kind of always been something that I've enjoyed doing. But I never really took it seriously. People would see my work and be like, "Oh, you should be an artist when you grow up," and I'm like, "No, it's not gonna be money. I can't do that." But actually, that Reynolds. I took.
We went to high school together, y'all. Okay.
I took a drawing class and we did this project, and it was I'm like, well, I did really good.
There you go. Yes.
And everyone liked it, and then my friends and my parents, they were like, "You should consider selling this." I was like, "Selling it?
Yeah.
I don't know about that." So it was just something that it was in the back of my mind for a while, and then just one day I was like, "Man, I'm gonna do it, whatever." And it was very spontaneous, and I've just been doing it, ever since. The journey, I started taking art seriously, I think I would say 2015.
Okay.
Yeah. So I still feel I'm still kind of new to it. But I mean, the journey's been fun. I've changed my style very slightly, but I feel now I'm really, coming into who I am as an artist. So it's pretty fun to see, the stuff that I'm coming up with.
Yeah, definitely. How do you think your style has evolved, and what helped you create your style and your overall aesthetic?
Well, initially, I feel everyone kind of starts out with some kind of style, just just how
definitely.
That's just what it is. It's like handwriting,
Facts.
And you can change that, whenever you want. So initially, my style was just drawing whatever came to mind, trying to see what I enjoyed drawing.
Yeah.
I was one of those people who would draw eyes just randomly, so stuff like that is what helped me figure out what I liked doing. And what I really practiced first was portraiture, so I like drawing faces and stuff like that. I was never really good at drawing hands. I was like, man, I'm just gonna draw faces.
Yeah, Max.
I
definitely feel that.
I'm not gonna stress myself out. So yeah, that's kind of where I started, and then as I started learning more about, I guess, who I am as a person, who I am as what it's like to be black, because a lot of my it's black.
Absolutely.
So as I learned more about that, I learned more about black history, all that stuff. It just became ingrained in who I am. I guess I would definitely consider myself pro-black. So I feel my art became a reflection of that. It became more me.
Yeah.
Initially, I would just draw. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I would always just use a reference pic. Okay, I can see this, I'm gonna draw it. But then that kind of started to get boring.
Yeah.
So I want to do something else, and I just started. I would equate this that's my style now. And I used a reference for these, but I didn't copy.
Got you.
Yeah. I'm okay, this is what this person looks like, but this is what they look like to me.
Yeah.
So essentially, it's just trial and error, just seeing what I liked, what I didn't like, what was fun to do, and then maybe to the artist that I am now.
Yeah. So these 3 paintings, they're a part of a series, right?
Well, these 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
This one is just a random one. It's called Feeling Blue.
Oh wow.
It's actually a self-portrait. I don't know if you can see the likeness. Maybe a little
Yes,
bit.
I see the eyes for sure.
Yeah. But these 2 are 2 parts of a 3-part series called The Family. So there's 4 more paintings coming soon, but these are
Okay, got you. Because I read on your blog that these were a part of a series, and I was looking for the 3rd one, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, I haven't finished it yet. I
you.
get sidetracked a lot, and I work on just random paintings whenever I feel like it. I have so many unfinished canvas at home.
I feel that, definitely.
But whatever.
Yes, definitely. I feel that. I paint on the side here and there. I
Okay.
definitely want
I think
to.
I've seen some of your paintings.
Yeah, I post here and there on my stories sometimes, and I definitely want to share my art,
For sure.
But I just haven't gotten around to it because, obviously, I'm doing this too,
Right.
and so when it happens, it'll happen. Yeah, there you go. Those are facts.
Yeah.
So how did you get comfortable with like sharing your art on like with the world and like Instagram? And was that ever like intimidating?
Yeah, I kind of just had to like force myself to do it because that's one of the main reasons why I wouldn't do it at first. I'm like, man, nobody's gonna buy this. Like, I'm a beginner. This isn't as good as X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But like, it's crazy. But like, as one thing that did help was kind of immersing myself in the community of Black artists. Like, at the time, when Facebook was popping for our age group,
Okay.
I would be in like the Facebook artist groups, looking at people's art. I'm like, okay, some of these people's work looks like some would be in a museum, but some of it looks like more attainable, like something I could do.
Yeah.
So seeing people who were into it definitely helped. And my friends and family were really supportive. I don't know if they were just gassing me or if they really liked my work, but they were also supportive, like, oh my god, I love this, like taking pictures of it.
That's a big thing.
Yeah. Like, it definitely helped me gain the confidence because they hearing them in my ear, you should do this, you should do it. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I did it, and then it actually got good reception. I was like, wow, people actually like my work.
Yes.
So I started from Facebook. I'm like, okay, Facebook likes it, let's take it to Instagram. Instagram likes it, so let's take it to Twitter. And then, I eventually made a website and everything.
Yes.
So I'm just putting out whatever. Y'all like it, you like it, you don't. Like, it doesn't hurt me. Like, I enjoy creating it, so.
And you've like expanded too, so you have the Black Creative Vault as well, and that's really cool. And then your website with the blog too. So how did you, or what was like the inspiration behind creating the Black Creative Vault?
So like I said, I've been creating art for about a few years now, and with that, I've always researched people, like, that how they say you gotta learn from the greats, to become great. So I'm okay, I'm just gonna research artists. And initially, like, and even in school, it's like they never talk about Black artists. I'm like, okay, these white people are cool, but I don't like art like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't.
I can't really relate to this.
I'm not. It's cute, but like, it's not for me. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, I just have to do my own research. So I started doing my own research, and it was all like older people, like people from the Harlem Renaissance. And not that there's nothing wrong with that, but like, why is that, the only people that are coming to the circus when looking for Black artists? So I'm just like, man, I know a lot of artists. Like, I'm in a whole artistic community. Why not? Yeah. And I feel like it kind of boiled down to like kind of my life's purpose. Like, I enjoy using my platform to help other people out. Like, it's hard to be a Black woman artist. So I'm like, if I've been through this and overcame it, like, there's other people who are going to end up going through that, so why not make it easier for them? So I did that because ultimately to give other people a platform. And one of my dreams, one of my missions is I want to make I want to open a museum for emerging young black artists. So like, not people that's already making millions, like people that are trying to come up. So I was like, I might not be able to do that right now, but I can start like here. I gotta start somewhere. So I was like, and I called it, the Black Creative Vault, because it's these people are, or just the artistic community period, it's kind of hard to find. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not really publicized like that. More than likely, like white artists will be the ones who are showcasing art shows and stuff like that. So I'm like, with my little following, I'm gonna do what I can. Right. So, and it's been going pretty good ever since. Lots of people sharing their work and getting new fans. Oh my god, this is so great.
That's dope. That's really inspiring for me too. Just the fact that you took a leap of faith and you started, and then now you're kind of like reaping the benefits and seeing what it can become, and just grow bigger and bigger. That's beautiful. So let's get into this wine. This is rosé. I've never had this before, so hopefully it's really good. Just tell me when. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Do you have like a ritual that you do before you start painting? Because I know for me, like, I like to create a vibe, so I light an incense and like have some music playing or whatever, just to get the vibe right and get the creative juices flowing.
Yes. Well, first I have to clean up.
Oh yes.
I cannot work in a messy space. Like, I have to clean up, and I get very messy when I work, so I have to clean up. So I clean up first, and I'll just find music, find a playlist I made that matches my vibe. I'm like, who am I feeling? And turn that on. I find my reference pictures and everything. Sometimes I'll sketch it out. Honestly, I like doing freehand stuff. Like, I really just paint spontaneously. Yeah. Like, I have an idea. I'm like, I guess I can paint that. And but for the most part, incense. Gotta like some incense. But yeah, for the most part, it's pretty spontaneous.
When you first went to college, you went to NC State, right? So what was like, and you go to A&T now?
Yes.
So what was the transition like coming from a PWI to a HBCU?
Well, NC State, I don't want to just bash NC State because I do that a lot. But I will say I've noticed some differences, well, a lot of differences. NC State, while I didn't like the cultural atmosphere at all, they had a lot of resources. Like NC State has a lot of money. So I was able to, they had like a digital media lab, so I can use Photoshop for free. I could check out a laptop if I wanted to, just like literally anything. And I really like, I got a little spoiled. Yeah. I like this. Like MacBooks, everything. So that, compared to A&T, I'm still, new to the school and everything, so I'm not sure everything that they have, but I don't see those same opportunities. So that's one thing. But I mean, it's like we kind of all know why that is. Funding, stuff like that. So I'm not knocking A&T for it at all, but that's definitely a big difference. And just the culture difference. Like sometimes I think like, wow, I was really at a protest at NC State, like protesting my own school that I'm paying tuition for. Wow. And that, honestly, that was what made me like, that was like, okay, I'm done. Like, I can't do this. So from that to coming to A&T, it's like everybody looks like me. There's nothing to protest. Like, if anything, we're up together, going to protest somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So that was really cool. And at NC State, I found myself being the only black person in the room a lot, and that's just a really weird feeling. Like I know some people might make them, oh, like I'm cool, or I'm so smart, and but for me it's like there should be other people here.
Absolutely.
Like it just didn't feel fair. And at A&T, although I haven't had an in-person class yet, unfortunately, like my classmates, like the first day of class, they created a group chat. Everyone was talking to each other. I was like, wow, that's good. Nice. Yeah. Like, I never really socialized with my classmates at NC State unless I already knew them. Like, way. Yeah, it was, and it was always a black person. So if anyone ever interacted with me, like a white person, like they did it, but I was like, I'm not. Like, I'm the only black person in here. Like I'm not gonna do this. But yeah, even that since because like I said, because of COVID, like people are still interacting, helping with work, doing Zoom calls and stuff. I'm like, wow, this is really cool. That feels like a community. And just being able to see people that look like me on campus is just so comforting. Like I don't feel like I have to walk around with a shield. Have to, you know what I'm saying?
And be something that you're not.
Exactly. Like it's really cool. It's just more of a pleasant environment to me going to an HBCU as a black person.
Right.
To an HBCU from PWI.
That's really good. What was it like as an artist working through the pandemic, or like just really like the quarantine part, like when you had all the time in the world? Like what was that like for you?
Well, at first it was cool because I'm like, no class, I get to paint all day. But then I'm like, okay, the world is shut down, I'm not working, and that means I have to take commissions, and I hated doing commissions. So I'm like, bro, like I'm miserable, like I'm just stuck creating a bunch of art that I don't want to create, and I tend to have a problem with like procrastinating when I'm working on some art. I'm like, bro, I'm taking forever with these people's orders. Like, oh my god, and it just got really bad. I was like, this sucks. I think I went a little while without creating. I was like, I'm just gonna take a break from it, and it spoiled a lot of plans too. Like I had planned to do sipping paints over the summer. I was like, oh my god, everything is ruined. And even like my sales went down for a little bit. I was like, bro, like what? So it was honestly really hard. But as I guess we got into it a bit more, and I guess just with some self-reflection and spending some time with myself, I was able to. I really had to like kind of baby myself into getting back into creating, especially things that I wanted to create. Because at first I was like, I'm working on all these other people's art. I'm not working on anything for me. Like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? So I kind of had to recognize my purpose again in why I'm creating. To be able to be comfortable creating again. And then, but once I got back into the swing of it, I was pretty much good. Like, working on 1,000 pins at once. Like, just doing whatever. My creativity, started to come back and stuff like that. But it was a roller coaster at first.
How do you overcome like a creative block if you ever do, or when you do come across that? Like,
I'm pretty sure everybody creative block at some point. But one thing that I do, like a little hack, I guess, I like to get on Pinterest. I'll be on Pinterest. Girl,
Pinterest is your best friend.
I'm telling you, like I'll be on Pinterest for hours just creating boards, and even if I don't end up creating anything like from that specific pin, I'm like, okay, this gives you an idea. You know what I'm saying? Or like watching movies. Watching a lot lot of different TV shows, listen to a lot of music, just literally engaging myself in any kind of art to help me get back into the flow of creating art. At one time though, like I try to keep it creative. Like one time I was having a creative blog and I was like, okay, everybody on my story, like send me a word, and they all sent me a word. So I was like, okay, which one of these words can I put? You know, so that like honestly just doing anything, like you kind of have to make it work. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause for some people, you know, creative block turns into them like not liking, you know, their
that's
like I don't know what to do. It really happens. Like it's kind of hard to deal with. So yeah, I kind of just have to push myself out of my comfort zone. You know, get really creative and really think. To get out of that creative rut, and usually like it doesn't last too long. Usually it's a little brief period. Then I'm like creating stuff. And I'm like, dang, there's really a point where I thought I didn't want to create anymore. Like, I didn't know what to create, and now I got all these ideas. So yeah, I just do literally whatever.
I feel that. I think that for me, like it's hard for me to like, I don't know, just do it. I guess like sometimes like I'll have ideas. I'm like, oh, that would be really cool.
But you never,
I never do it, or like I never just put the paintbrush to the canvas, or even like when it comes to like music and like creating a song, like I'll have like a good idea and I'll just let it sit in my voice recordings and that's it. But I like that. It's like you use your innate creativity to find your creativity. Like, you know, I really like that. That's a good tip for sure.
Definitely.
I love it. Do you see yourself branching out from or to other like art forms other than like your style, like your, I don't know why I'm blanking on the word.
I think I follow what you're saying. Honestly, that's why I consider myself a visual artist, because I know how to do like a lot of stuff. Like outside of painting, I can do Photoshop, I can do photography, you know what I'm saying, creative writing sometimes, all that stuff. So that's why I try not to put myself in the box of being just a painter. Also, that helps me, you know, be open to anything. Because if I'm just a painter, I'm only looking, you know, through a painter mindset. But a visual artist, like, that's anything.
That encompasses everything.
So, I do want to try stuff, probably after school, because I'm like, I can't do anything in school right now. I can't even pick up a hobby. I'm like, oh my God. But I definitely want to try sculptures, like ceramics and stuff.
Yes.
Definitely want to try that soon. Like, I was thinking, like, making a sculpture out of, like, one of my paintings.
Oh,
like,
wow.
that would be so
really cool. You should definitely do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to teach myself how to do that.
For sure. And you know, they have like, I don't know about here, but definitely Charlotte, I'm sure. Like they have classes. I don't know what's like right now, but they have like classes and things where you can like make pottery and like sit at the, you know, little spinning wheel and everything. So that would be really cool. I mean, that's been on my list for the longest.
Yeah, so some cute stuff. And like you can like use that stuff. Like I would love to use a little mug that I made.
Yeah, like that would be cool. Like make a little mug out of his face. And, like that would be cute.
I definitely want to try that. Also, I want to get into. I mean, I'm already into fashion, but I want to get in like cut and sew. I want to learn how to do that. One of these days. That's definitely somewhere I see myself going. And another thing, I wanted to make my art into like toys. Oh wow! So yeah, like I don't know if you've heard of Cause. You know who Cause? Okay, well he's an
wait, you're talking about the artist?
Yeah. Oh yes. So his little toys, like I want to kind of do something like that, but with my art. Wow. You know? Yeah. So I like to try that. But I'm open to anything though.
That's beautiful.
I just love making stuff.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Like you really have to stay close to like that inner childlike,
for sure.
You know, self, because I don't know where it started, but I definitely like limit myself, like, and I think that's part of the reason why I started Golden Hour, because I really wanted to meet more creatives and have other people meet other creatives, so that it's like, oh wow, like she's like me or he's like me, I can relate to that, and this is how they overcame like their struggle, and they just did it, you know.
Having those people on your team too is motivating. Like,
yes. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. That's people that can push you to be even more creative. Definitely need that sometimes.
Definitely. So you said that you were into fashion. You have your own fashion line as well, and you're sporting it.
Well, yes.
It's beautiful.
This is the latest T-shirt for my Black is Beautiful collection. Basically, well, I'm the founder of Black Jewels. I categorize myself as contemporary fashion and contemporary art and urban fashion. And one day I'm going to have a storefront, and I feel like I'm probably gonna be the first one to do it. I hope nobody steals my idea. I really hope. But I want to sell like my art and my clothes together. So half of the storefront would be for like an art gallery, and half of it would be the shop.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I want to have my degree. I'm in school for business management right now, so I want to have that out of the way. And I definitely want my storefront to be open. I'm not sure where I want it, but I want it somewhere black.
Yeah.
Like Atlanta.
Yeah, facts.
I don't know, because, that's pretty much my market. Like, young black people.
Absolutely.
So, one in an area that's accessible.
DMV is a good area, too.
True. Yeah, I didn't even think of considering that. That's a good idea. But yeah, and I want to also take the Black Creative Vault, like, up a level where I can do, like, in-person stuff.
Yeah.
Like maybe workshops or something like that. Just really getting involved in the creative community and I guess, leadership within that, just helping people out.
Yeah.
That were in, a place that I once was. Like, if I figured it out, why not help somebody else figure it out? So I really want to, like, embody that. I guess that humanitarian in me within the next 5 years for sure. And I want to start doing, like, some bigger work. Like, I've done, like, pretty decent size artwork, but I want to do, like, a mural or something, I really want to take it to the next level, and I can definitely see myself doing that.
Yeah, for sure. And Greensboro is a really good place for that because there's hella murals.
I feel like such a nerd. Like, oh my god, look at that art. And everyone's like, yeah, it's nice. I'm like, no, like, look at this. Like, it's crazy.
For real.
It's so cool. I definitely want to make something like that happen.
So with everything that you do, how do you keep yourself organized? Like, between the blog and creating content. First of all, let me just say, you've been creating like these reels, these IG reels and stuff, girl. You snap it, okay? Just want to let you know you're doing your thing. But how do you organize and like keeping up with school and all of that? Like, how do you balance?
Well, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard. Like, it's easy to make it look like you got it together, but it's really hard. I'm not gonna lie. But like, my planner is definitely like. That holds me together. Like, just write. I'm very visual, so I have to write stuff down. Like, I'll have a billion things in my planner. I have like 3 whiteboards in my room where I just write everything that I have to do. And honestly, I feel like sometimes I'm working like harder instead of smarter. Like, I want to open up the Black Creative Vault to have other people run it. Other administrators. Because it definitely does get hard. I'm taking like 16 credit hours, I think, at A&T. Like you said, I have the blog, and I have Black Creative Vault, and I have my own brand, and I have art.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, what the heck is going on? Like, I have to take, honestly, one thing that does help though is taking breaks. Like, I'll take breaks from just all of it sometimes. Like, I'll do all my homework for the week, just so the weekend I don't do anything at all. Mental health is definitely, definitely important. So I have to keep in mind, like, to prioritize that at the end of the day, and that's something that definitely keeps me afloat, like, remembering, like, although I like doing this stuff, like, I still have to take care of myself, make sure I'm good.
Absolutely. I think, like, sometimes for me, I punish myself for resting. And then
me too. It's like treating that like a reward.
Yeah, I'm like, why do I do that? Like, I need that. I'm like, I'm feeling really sleepy right now, but no, I have to keep going. And I'm like, why am I doing that to myself?
I feel like low-key social media plays a role
sometimes
too.
For
it's
sure.
like everybody's like, oh, you're 20, you need an LLC, you need to make 6 figures. It's like, bro, chill. Like, everybody doesn't have those opportunities. Everybody doesn't have those ambitions. And seeing that like all the time, like, I know for me, I went through a period of like comparing myself to like other people, like, just because this entrepreneur is my age and making bank. Like, that's not my story. You don't know why they were blessed with that.
Exactly.
So definitely, like, gotta check myself sometimes.
Absolutely.
When it comes to that, because that can mess you up.
Yeah, like social media and me right now. Like, I know that I should be pushing out more content, but it's just been difficult. Just because, like, every time I get on social media, it's just something new.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of negativity.
And there's a lot of negativity, and then like I just go down the rabbit hole, and I'm just like scrolling for hours, and I'm like, why am I doing this? This is not conducive for my health. This is the part where we do quick facts. So you're gonna tell me the first thing that comes to your mind when I ask you this question. Okay? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Your favorite art medium?
Oil paint.
Oil paint.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite brand of shoes?
New Balance.
New Balance?
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite color?
I don't know. I was gonna say black, but I've been into blue a lot lately.
Definitely.
Maybe I'll say blue. I'll go blue.
Okay. Dream collaboration?
I don't know. One day I just want to collaborate with like a lot of the people in like the artist community, like the social media artist community. Like I've kind of I haven't met a lot of them in person, but we kind of formed like relationships with each other. And if we could all like collab on like a big piece of work, that would be like a dream come true.
Wow, you should make that happen for sure.
I've definitely
a huge like canvas or something,
or like even on a building or something. Like that would be fire.
That would be really dope.
I want to do that.
What's the best fruit to you? What's your
mangoes.
favorite? Ooh, yeah, definitely. Call or text?
Text. I hate talking.
Really? I'll be calling somebody real fast. I'm random out the blue. I don't care.
I don't even like making doctor's appointments on my phone. I'm like, just send me a link. I'm gonna talk to somebody.
And are you a night owl or early bird?
Night owl for sure.
Yeah. I be trying to make myself an early bird, and I do enjoy it. Like the days that I get up early, I feel like I have so much time and I accomplish so much, and especially like with daylight savings, it's like, you know what I mean, it makes it a lot easier. But I also like to stay up really late.
Yeah, I be chilling. Like I don't want to. I like waking up without an alarm. Like, and I feel like that's only because we're in COVID right now. That's gonna change as soon as life gets back to normal. But like right now, it's like I'm chilling. Like I'm not in a rush. I'll wake up when I wake up. Like I mean, I generally wake up like around the same time every day, so I'm not like oversleeping. But I like my nighttime.
I feel well. That concludes everything. I really appreciate you for joining
thank you
me.
for having me.
Absolutely. This was really great. This really flowed very well.
Yes,
I really appreciate that.